Welcome to Westwood and welcome to the Pac-12 on ESPN, where there is some early season anxiety at the home of the most storied program in softball history as we get set for UCLA and Oklahoma State. The Bruins at 2-2, those two losses to Texas and a strikeout for Tinsley to start things off. They built 40 games in 4 days coming your way, starting on Thursday. And that's a bloop single out to right. Ramirez may have gotten injured on the play. Looked like she was fighting the sun all the way. And down to second base goes Tim. Hard hit off the glove of Brady, and Tim will hold at third. Runners on the corners here for Oklahoma State and the early threat in the top of the first. Wong slices that one the opposite way. The new right fielder is back. Megan Grant, it's over her head. She may have lost that in the sun, and a run will score.
Tinsley does a good job of throwing a changeup and gets Wong to swing through it, but then comes back and gives her a pitch on a 3-2 count. It's hard on the lower half, a curveball that just doesn't get out of the zone enough, and Wong just goes with it the other way. Megan Grant having a hard time trying to fight that sun, just moving from left field to right field, that ball tailing away from her. So a big hit for Wong to score the first one of the game for Oklahoma State.
Puyar high fly ball out to left. Stevens has it. 2 down.
Hard to identify, really good tight rotation.
Popped her up. And Woolery's got it at first. UCLA, where the expectation is not only to get to the World Series, but win championships. Yeah. And she has handled it all remarkably well. And she draws the walk here. Got her 0-2. A swing and a miss. And Ivy gets the strikeout, 1 down.
Advancing runners, getting runners in.
And bobbled at second, and Brady and Suarez will both be safe as Davis couldn't pick it clean earlier in the game, and they are sending Brady back to first base. And she is out. Suarez is out. That is an unexpected miscue from such a veteran staff. Backhanded at first, the race is on, and the Pokes will win it. Carly Godwin steps. This is a refresh, not a rebuild. Yep. Fly ball out to Stevens. She's got it 1 down. One thing that he has been really good, who has earned the starting job at second base.
Yeah, she's young. She's going to make a couple little mistakes, but is very talented.
Bobbled by Brady. Launches that one. Right center. Back it goes, and it's gone. Megan Bloodworth home run. First of the year for Megan. A 2-run shot, and the error proves costly.
Megan Bloodworth, transfer over from Alabama a couple years ago, struggled a little bit last year, but she has found herself a home at shortstop. A really good job defensively, and now the confidence has turned over into that batter's box as well. A pitch on the outer half. She just extends those hands and drives that ball the opposite way. That's a curveball that just doesn't get out of the zone enough, and Bloodworth is going to catch up with it.
She hit 2 against New Mexico State. They were her only 2 of the season. And she gets one here. Backhanded at second. Edwards able to leg it out. Yes, by the way, breaking news, Taylor Swift has arrived at Allegiant Stadium. She is in the house. And a strikeout for... That one's in the dirt. Edwards will advance to second. So a runner in scoring position. There's a rocket out to center back, and making the grab is Jadlyn Alchin on the edge of the track.
Defensive component of the game for you.
Palacios goes the opposite way, off the top of the wall, and she will be held to a long single. Well played out there by Claire Tim. Weekend since 2007, when they started the year 2 and 3. Chopped, and that'll get through, base hit. So back-to-back knocks for the Bruins here in the second.
Making here in the second inning, looking low, getting some aggressive swings.
Alchin behind the base, and the tag applied at second by Rosie Davis to get Savipola. This will be a good look at it here. That's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
They will confirm the out at second base, 1 down.
Oklahoma State really working that hard drop ball.
Hot shot to second, the spin for 1 over to first base, not in time. They get 1 out, and a run is in as Palacios scores for UCLA.
This ball hit really hard at Rosie Davis, but I love the way the freshman is just able to stay composed and is going to pick this ball up immediately over to Megan Bloodworth. Throw over
in the lineup, the starting third baseman today. Hops up on Bloodworth, but she covers, and the side is retired. A run in for the Bruins, 3-1, 100. I don't know what happened to the other 200, Caroline, but let's pick it up. Got under it. Brady calls, and Brady's got it. 1
after home runs. It just, you know, I think has since just really allowed athletes to be themselves, play free.
Pola stays down on that, 2 out.
Starting on Thursday.
Yanked down the line, back towards the track, and just down the line. The catch is made by Taylor Stevens. Maya walked her first time up. Right back to Kilfoyle. 1 down. To the World Series with both of those programs.
Well, last year, toward the end of the year, she really did a good job. I think at one point, Kenny Galeski said, I really...
Ramsey Suarez. Right at the second baseman, Rosie Davis. They don't return one of those this year after the departure of Megan Faremo, so we'll see how it plays out as Schneidmiller leads things off with what looked to be a base hit. She tried to stretch it into a double and gets thrown out. Alums so proud of the legacy, so proud of the success here. This is a big deal today for them. Brady had to go deep in the hole for that, and too much speed from Rosie Davis. Pops her up, foul territory. And making the grab is Woolery. 2 down. Back to the top of the order now. Goes that way, looking for a gap, and she'll find it. That will reach the base of the wall. They are waving the runner home, and now slamming on the brakes is Rosie Davis. First, struck out in the second. Now that hit her. Bases are loaded for the number 3 hitter, Carly Godwin.
At every base, and he's just thinking, get the hitter out.
A rocket, and it's snagged by Mala'ulu at third.
Much harder to identify.
Right back to Lexi. 1 down. Hey, tune in tomorrow for Big Monday. A Women's College World Series at the end of the year. Infield pop-up. 2 down. Alchin, and back up the middle for a base hit. 0 in the postseason. That's the goal. If you keep winning, you will only have to play 1 game a day. But Easier said than done. She was 6-1 last year. 13 starts, 7 relief appearances behind Megan Ferramo and Brooke Yanez. And she'll take care of Wong here. So a big Vegas was a good spot to hold it. Looks like everybody's been having a good old time. 3-1, and Puyo draws the 1-out walk.
Let's see if they come back underneath the hands a lot. They're working out.
There's a shot back to the track, back to the wall, and it's off the scoreboard and out. 2-run home run. Katie Lott. Second of the day for the Pokes. And a 5-1 lead.
Well, and also another 1-2 count. So ahead in the count, and Tinsley tries to get back underneath the hands and just leaves it a little too sweet. So she goes outside to take the count to 1-2, tries to get underneath the hands, and it just looked like Lott was ready for it and just barrels that up and gets it out of the short park.
35-5 now, outscoring foes. Ground ball to second. Pola stays down on that.
New rule of allowing for 3 assistant coaches.
Davis sends one back. Deep and gone. Another one off the scoreboard. The bottom of the Cowgirl lineup is crushing.
This on a 1-1 count. In the 8-hole, Rosie Davis has had a great game. She's gotten on an error, a base hit, and now the home run, trying to get underneath her hands. And this is that rise ball that Tinsley throws a little bit too close to the zone. It's at the hands instead of above the hands, and that's the difference for a rise ball pitcher. You've got to be at the eyes and above the hands instead of at the hands, and that ball just lays a little flat, and Davis just drives it out of the park for a solo shot.
1-1, chop to Brady. That took a funny hop, too, and it gets by Woolery at first base. Bloodworth charges into second.
Well, and I think this is, again, where some of the defensive...
In all their games, their opening weekend, their winning streak is at 57 in a row. Edwards launches one. That's back to the wall, and that gets out. Their third home run in their last 6 at-bats. Off of 2 different pitchers.
Well, this is a team that is just swinging it right now, knowing what they're looking for. A pitch on the inner half that Edwards is just going to turn on a 3-1 count. You can see the way she loads. Look at that weight back, so you can really tell she's driving off that backside, rotates around and drives that ball out of the park for a 2-run shot. Edwards showing.
And there is another base hit. Tim rambling around third. They're going to wave her in. She will try and score, and she will. And it is an 8-run lead for Oklahoma State.
Count. They are aggressive. And even with the differential in velocity between Tinsley and Cecil, this team is not fooled by a pitch on the outer half, and she just drives it. A little bit of confusion in the outfield, but again, everybody's out of position. Ulchin's at center, Grant in right field, and Claire Tim just has a very smooth stride. And
Long grounds it to Brady. Nice backhand by Maya to throw to first. Got her for the 3rd out. Malaulu. Edwards. 1 down. And here comes Brady to the plate. Remind you have held the Bruins to just 3 hits in the 1 run. Brady ground the ball. And they are down to their final out, trying to stave off back-to-back run rule losses for the first time in a dozen years. Swing and a miss. Ball game. Oklahoma State with the 9-1 run rule win over UCLA.
Great effort all the way around by Oklahoma State. Strong in the circle, starting out with Ivy Rosenberg, Lexi Kilfoyle, just doing a really good job at the offense for Oklahoma State, putting up those runs early and often. Just taking advantage of a couple of defensive miscues by UCLA.
2-run home runs today for Talon Edwards, Carly Godwin, and Megan Bloodworth. Solo shot for Rosie Davis. And a couple of stunners out here in Westwood as UCLA falls for the second game in a row. Kilfoyle picking up the win. Our Clearwater Invitational coverage will begin Thursday morning. See you then.